Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing my first Your Film Suggestions reviews video, and thank you to everybody who left me suggestions. I put them all on a big list and I just kind of picked the first 5 that kind of jumped out at me for this first video. If you have any suggestions for any other films that you think I should absolutely watch, please do leave them in the comments as I'd love to add to the list. And if you requested one of the films that are in this video, the link to your channel will be in the below bar. So the first film is Orphan, and this was requested by Jamie Bell 5. This was a fantastic film. Long story short, it's about an orphan, an adopted girl who has a very dark and sinister past. It wasn't necessarily scary, but for me it was the element of surprise, the unexpected, that made it quite shocking and relatively disturbing at times as well. Definitely Esther, the orphan girl, is the driving force behind this. She may well be one of my all-time favourite film characters. There's just something about her that I love to watch, and I would happily watch this film again. I did truly love it from start to finish. Deborah Peterson suggested that I watch Hot Fuzz, and I was looking forward to this. I always kind of meant to get around to watching it. I loved Shaun of the Dead. I was looking forward to this a lot. You know, I think Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are great. The film was a little bit slow to begin with, but once Angel kind of relocated from London to this little quiet village and got on with his policing duties, things really started to pick up. It was a lot more gory and gruesome than I was expecting. There are a few scenes which are quite bloody and disturbing, and I wasn't expecting that at all. But it is very funny at times, and the balance between humour and dark humour and kind of shocking reveals, it is very well done, and it was just thoroughly enjoyable, and everything I kind of expected it would be in terms of quality, and Olivia Colman is in it as well, so that is great. The third film is We Bought a Zoo, requested by FK Vlogs, and after watching quite a few scary films, this was a really nice film to kind of just sit back and relax with, where I wasn't on the edge of my seat, where I kind of could breathe a little bit. It's one of those titles that makes sense. It's about a family. The mother has recently passed away, and the father, to try and change things, buys a zoo. Buys a house that's attached to a zoo, and it's all about them kind of building the zoo back up so that it's ready to open to the public. And what I love about this is the fact that it's not all about the animals. There are a lot of films kind of like this where it's 100% about the animals, but with this there's quite a healthy balance of the humans, to want for a better term or phrase, the humans' lifestyle and their problems, and then with the animals as well. So I think that works really well. As I said, it's not exactly gripping on the edge of your seat stuff, but it's heartfelt. It will make you think about your own emotions and your own approach to different situations, at least it did with me. And I definitely recommend it, and the little girl in this is fantastic. She's definitely one of my favourite characters in this, and it's just a very enjoyable film. Halloran1, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, suggested that I watch Pan's Labyrinth, and I was really excited by this one, and out of the 5 it's actually the first one that I watched. And I'd always wanted to see this, and I never really knew why. I was just kind of drawn to it, and unfortunately I feel quite disappointed, and I don't know if that's just because I had really high hopes for it, so I thought it was going to be fantastic. Because you've got the dark side of it with the war going on, and it's very kind of upsetting and very realistic and very gritty, and it feels realistic. And then you've got the kind of fantasy side with, you know, moving trees and things like that. And I kind of understand the escapist element and why the two coming together would hypothetically work for a film, but I think that they don't work, and that's just me. I know some people love this film, it's such a well-known film, but for me they should have either done the film just about the war or just about the fantasy element. I think as separate films they would have been brilliant, but intertwined I just didn't really enjoy that aspect of it at all. The last film, which was also requested by Jamie Bell 5, is The Conjuring, and I think I've saved the best till last. This was terrifying. It's about a house and then a family that become possessed by this potentially demonic spirit. And my eyes were glued to the screen from start to finish. It's just under 2 hours, and I was terrified. I was too terrified to move. And it's wonderful. I think the characters in this are great. Now I'm a spiritualist, I kind of understand that demonic possession isn't really a thing, but I still get such a great hype from watching these kind of films, and the rate of development in this was great, as I find that a lot of kind of horror films sometimes have the scary elements at the beginning and then it kind of fizzes out. Not the case with this. The progression was fantastic. The ending was a lot more powerful than I expected. I'm not going to say what happened, but I would definitely recommend it, but don't do what I did and watch it at night on your own. It wasn't a good idea. If I had to put them in order of preference, I'd say The Conjuring, Orphan, Hot Fuzz, We Bought a Zoo, and then of course Pan's Labyrinth at the end. But I'm glad that I've watched all 5 of them. They were interesting, and they were definitely all interesting, though some more than others. As I said, please, please, please do leave comments with other film suggestions, as I've had so much fun watching films that I probably would have taken years and years to get around to seeing, if ever. So thank you very much for that. I look forward to seeing what you come up with, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!